nice and tall, feet under hip sockets. Roll your shoulders up, back and down. And again, up, back and down. Morning, Jill. Tummy pulled in. Morning, it's okay. Waist bend. Drawing the hands up the rib cage. Little rotation through the neck, looking up. And then just let that bottom arm reach towards the skirting boards if you can. Keeping the hips still. So little squeeze of your glutes will help to stabilize your pelvis. Stand tall, guys. Fingers to temples if you can. Lengthen. Come across to the corner of the ceiling. If that's a bit too much load on your back, go back to arms down. Still just moving here through lateral flexion of the spine. Tummy pulled in. Squeezing into the glutes. Last one. Come center and relax. Good. Release there. And then let's grip the pelvis for pelvic tilt. Bend your knees and start to tuck under and release back. So drawing the belly button towards the backbone, softening down the tailbone. And each time you do that, it should just start to give a little bit more as we warm up those discs. Often quite stiff first thing in the morning. Good, just circle your hips around if you can. If that's not comfortable, stay with the tilt. Go the other way, circle or tilt. And come to center, tummy in. Sway forward, float the arms, lift the heels. Soften down the heels slowly. Breathing out to float. Breathing in to lower. If all of that feels okay, come right up onto the toes. Push the big toe into the floor. Extend the arms. Stabilize through the ankles. Watch that you don't sickle the foot. Guys, just bring your arms to chest height and lift both heels. Foot pedals if you can. One heel down, one up. Now this is working on pelvic stability, but because it's uneven, if it hurts your hips or your back, go back to the double heel raise. That's a little bit kinder on the hips. We're trying to keep our hips even from right to left. Opposite arm to leg. Tummy pulled in. Last one. And relax. Just give everything a bit of a shake there for me and release. Let's mobilize the ankles. Standing on the left leg, right foot forward, lift it up, flex and point the ankle, please. And then circle round. And then go the other way. Tighten everything on the left side whilst you're moving on the right side. Change legs, please. Pull up through the thigh, tighten the bum, tummy in, flex and point, please. And then rotate slowly. Go the other way. And relax. Give everything a shake. And let's have a release. Grab your band for me, please. Oh. I've lost my band. Okay, I'm going to have a pretend band. I think I've taken it downstairs. So put your right foot in front of your left foot. Your band is in your hands with your palms facing upwards. Shoulders down and back. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, pull, squeeze your shoulder blades together and come back. Inhale. Exhale, pull and squeeze. Think about your weight being even through your right and left foot. So you're working with your band. I'm sorry I've not got one. You can work without it if you like. Last one. And relax. Give those legs a shake. Put your left foot in front of your right foot if you can. Wide overhand grip on my pretend band. Up and over we go. Ease past the head and shoulders and pull down behind you. Come on back up and over. Keep that moving. So soften down the rib cage. Make sure the back's not doing the work. Pelvis in neutral there. Last one. And relax. Give everything a good shake. You can get rid of your band now. Can you pick your weights up for me, please? I have got a set of those. Good. Take your feet shoulder width. We're going to do small range squats. So we're going to hip hinge. You can squat with your weight on your thighs until your knees and your hips are warmed up. If everything feels okay, you can put your weights to the side of your body. So breathing into squat and out to come up. You can do this without your weights. Two more. One more. Standing tall, 2 slow bicep curls in neutral spine. 1 squat. 2 curls, breathing steadily. 1 squat. So remember, if you need support, you can be on the thighs. You can get rid of your dumbbells if you like. 1 more time. Guys, we're going upright row next. Into the shoulders, weights touching. Draw up the body slowly and down. If that feels okay, 2 weights. Shoulders back, chest lifted. Good. 2 more here. And last one. Brill. Weights on thighs, knees soft, slow, hip hinge. Just to knee height with your dumbbells. Squeeze your glutes to return. And again, hip hinge. Breathing in on the way down, knees are soft. Breathe out. 2 more, hip hinge, breathe in. Come on back up, breathe out. Last one. Stand tall, slow bicep curl, hammer curl, knuckles on the outside. If you can transfer your weight to the right leg and take your left foot off the floor, please do. Whoops. You can leave your toe on the floor if you need that little bit more support with your balance. Otherwise, lift it but not high. So tighten into the glute, tighten into the quad. On that right side, stabilize the pelvis, just one more here. Come on down. Turn your weight as though you're holding a straight bar. Barbell curl, up to the shoulders and lower. Transfer the weight, pick up the foot if you can. Good, breathing out to curl and into lower. So we've got 4 more here if we can. Squeeze into the left buttock. Draw the belly button in. Out breath as you curl, 2 to go. And last one. Brill. Arms down, just shrug your shoulders. Let's go back to squat. So slow squat down. 1 curl, and this time a shoulder press with a heel raise, if that feels okay. So hip hinge and squat, curl, shoulder press with or without the heel raise, and come down. Can you please keep that moving at your own pace? Make sure you're maintaining the neutral spine. Shape of the spine shouldn't be changing. There should be no discomfort in the joints, just feeling it in the muscles. Two more, please. So protect that back. Come on down. Weights on the thighs. Upright row, either singles or doubles. Weights touching if you're doing doubles, so you're moving evenly. Tuck that tail under. Pull the belly button in. Soften down the knees. Got 4 to go. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Weight on thighs. Deadlift. Soften the knees. Hip hinge. So about knee height, squeezing your glutes to come up. Depending on your flexibility, make it smaller or bigger, but the shape of your spine shouldn't be changing. You should be hinging from that hip, pulling the belly button in, keeping the back flat, lengthening the hamstrings, strengthening the glutes. 2 more. Last one. Hold here to release the shoulders, guys. Open the chest, touch the weight to the back, touch them at the front. So moving around the edges of the shoulder girdle. Now, if you don't have any issues with your neck or your upper back, bring in the upper spine. So we've got flexion and extension of the spine. So you don't have to bring in the spine. You can just work through the shoulders if that's better for you. 1 more. And relax. Brill. Get rid of your weights, please. Just give those wrists a shake. Guys, coming into the lower back, either pelvic tilt in standing or come onto your thighs and cat stretch. Still focusing on the lower back and the pelvis. If you're here in forward flexion, you are just going down a little, going up higher into the spine, but your focus is still on initiating the movement from the pelvis. So standing or in forward fold. Last one. And uncurl. And just give everything a shake. Let's have calf stretch. Right foot forward, left foot back. Drive the heel down. Bend the front knee, make sure it's over the ankle, not the toe. Back heel rises. Inhale up. Exhale down. Press the heel, squeeze into dart. Inhale up. Exhale down, squeeze into dart. Keep that moving, please. The weight is pushed into the front leg. Front knee is not moving. We are moving upwards, not forwards. One more here, please. And relax. Come on up, give your legs a shake. And change. Left foot forward, right foot back. Push the heel down and hold. Tummy in. Inhale up. Exhale down, squeeze into dart. Keep moving slowly. Two to go. Moving upwards, not forwards. And relax. Come on up, give your legs a shake. Guys, if you have a hog or a block or just a hard back book, you can stand on it. If your stability is not great, then just stand on the floor. So coming up, taking the feet shoulder width apart if you're on the floor. Obviously you can only go hog or block width apart if you're on the hog. Bring your pelvis into neutral, arms across the chest, rotation. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, rotate to the right front corner and come center, inhale. Exhale, rotate. Inhale, come center. So we ideally want to keep our hips still. However, if there is back or hip pain, or if you're standing on a narrower base, maybe a block or a hog, then you probably need to let your hips go a little bit. You need to relax your knees when your hips are moving. Otherwise, you're going to put a lot of pressure on the kneecap. Come to center. Push the arms in front, bow and arrow. Looking over the shoulder. Let's keep moving. Nice big spiral down the spine. I'm going to do two more. I want you to finish with one on your left side, please. And relax. Bring your feet together. Single knee float. Go to the wall if you need to. Pull the tummy in, slide the right toe, lift the knee, and float the arms. That can be on the floor or just on something that challenges your balance. Hug a block. So this time we're adding rotation through the neck, not the spine. So we lift the knee, the spine stays still. We open the chest and then we rotate through the neck. We close everything up and we step down. Knee float. Open the chest, spine doesn't move. Turn the head. Close. Come down. Let's keep that moving. Just one or two more. Finishing on your left side. So core stability, balance, neck mobility. and relax. Just pedal your feet where you are. Good. Okay, so we're going to squat right and left. If the thought of that means you might throw your knees, hips or back out, please do a static squat. Watch me first. I'm going to step off the side, sit back, don't push across, and then come back up. And then I'm going to go the other way. So if you can squat right and left, on or off a hog or a block, great. Otherwise, I just want you to do some static squats. Guys, those of you with no balance issues, no knee problems, you can replace that with a single reverse lunge. So moving or static squat or reverse lunge. Heel is off the floor if you're lunging. Heels are on the floor if you're squatting. So I've got 4 to go. So give yourself 3 or 4 more. Make sure you finish on the left leg. And then come up. Pedal your feet. Let's have a hamstring stretch before we go into our roll down. So stepping back on your right foot, not too far. Transfer the weight into the back leg. Bend the knee, hinge from the hip. Put your hands on your bent leg for support. Avoid dropping your chest down. You are lengthening the spine to where the ceiling meets the wall. If you're able to flex and point the left foot, please do. Trying to keep the left leg straight. Lifting the tailbone up. Feeling the stretch all the way down the back of that leg. Bend both knees, uncurl your spine. And change. Right foot in the middle. Hip hinge. Hands are on the left leg is bent. Lengthening the spine, lifting the tailbone. Pointing and flexing the foot. Last one. Uncurl. Good. Give your legs a shake. Get rid of whatever you're using there. Have a little bit of a rotation if you need one. And then we're going to look at our roll down. So please make sure with roll down, you are working through your own safe range. Arms coming up, shoulder extension. You can add an extension of the upper back if it feels okay. Look up, breathe in. Breathe out, arms come down. Nod your chin, and we are just rolling down the back of the rib cage. Tail is tucked. Knees are soft, arms are hanging. Pull the belly button in. Breathe in, breathe out, and roll up. Good. Arms up, inhale. So we're trying to release each section slowly. Arms down, exhale. Nod round and roll. So this will be personal to you. I'm coming to the back of my waist. You are just going a little bit further than before to stretch the next section of the spine. If you can sway or circle your arms, please do. Pull your belly button in and uncurl slowly. Breathing in, stretching. Breathing out, coming down, nodding, rounding and rolling. Hands can come shin height or ankle height, but try to still just let them hang. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, uncurl slowly, please. Super. Inhaling up, exhaling down, nodding, rounding and rolling. Coming to palms on the floor. If you can, knees are bent. Hold it there for a breath or two if you can. Walk forward into downward dog. So please don't feel you have to go there if you're not ready. If you are in downward dog, you're straightening your arms and your legs. Getting your head between your hands, maybe pedaling your feet. You are then coming forward into plank on your toes or your knees, and you are adding 1 or 2 press-ups. Pulling back through downward dog, walking in and rolling back up. So don't worry if anybody else is up or down. Get what you need from this combination. You might just really need to stretch your spine. You might really need to stretch your hamstrings and your shoulders, guys. Let me come and see how we're doing. So we've got 2 there for flexibility. We've got 2 there for strength. And so your press up and plank can be on the knees or the toes. And if you're not ready for that, please don't worry. We're going to do lots more strength work once we get down to the mat. Guys, this is going to be your last round, please. So taking your time, spine moving through extension and flexion, downward dog, plank press up if you're ready for it, and they can be on the knees or the toes. Once you've finished your last one, you are going to take yourself slowly and safely to the floor. That might be through downward dog, or it might just be stepping forward and coming down onto the mat. So once you're down there, please join in with me for cat stretch. Take a moment to set up your camera and your mat. Get everything you need. Ball, hog, weights and band, maybe a cushion. Let's continue to roll through cat stretch, flexion and extension. Good. And then bring your spine to neutral for me, please. We're going to go into Superman. So right arm forward, left leg back. Slide them along the mat and then lift and lengthen. Come on down, same hand as foot, opposite hand to foot if you can. 4 on the right and 4 on the left. If that feels a bit too intense, you can just do singles. So you can do singles, you can do 2s, maximum of 4 on either side. Your focus is on lengthening away before you lift up. But if you can lift up, come into those muscles in the posterior chain. Glutes, upper back, lower back, core engagement there. Keep moving if you can. 4 right, 4 left, or singles if you prefer. So we're going to finish this combination with 4 on the left arm. Make sure your thumb is on top as your arm is floating. Your supporting arm has a soft elbow. And once you finish that final set on your left, then you can cat stretch or shell stretch. Maybe release the wrists, maybe come to child's pose, hands to ankles. Whatever position feels relaxed for you. Bring your hands to the side of your knees, support your body weight. Uncurl. Come on down onto your bottom. Get some support behind your lower back if you want it. Maybe a cushion or a chi ball. So cushion up close to the bum will give you the best support for your back. Ball a little bit further away from you will just challenge those abdominals a little bit more. But if it hurts the back, it's not worth it to strengthen the abdominals. Dig the heels in, sit up tall, inhale. Exhale, pelvic tilt, round your spine into a C curve. See how that feels. If all is okay, roll forward and sit up and lengthen. Scoop and roll. You can start to think about letting go of your legs if that's okay. Inhaling up, exhaling, scooping and rolling, bow and arrow, keep that moving. So slower is better. Your focus is on that pelvic tilt to release the lower back. Starting to load the abdominals. Rotate through the back of the rib cage. Turn the head and open the chest. So I'm going to do 2 sets of these, and if this combination is the one that feels right for you, then that's all I want you to repeat when we come to the second set. When you're ready, guys, come forward and relax with your feet wide, or cross your legs and forward fold. Holding it there, and just see that my camera's wonky. Just gonna give it an adjustment. There we go. Okay, so second set, repeat what you've just done or add a weight. I'm going shoulder press, roll and rotate again. So that can be 1 rotation, it can be maximum of 4. Try not to have your arms too straight. This is really about turning the shoulders to rotate the spine rather than just taking the arms across. So elbows are tucked in and I'm rotating through my shoulders, my rib cage, and my spine and my waist. I'm doing 2 more sets. You can go to that rest position if you've had enough. When you finish, get rid of your weight, feet wide and forward fold. Breathe into the back of your rib cage. Uncurl your spine and come on down onto your back. So get some head support from a block, a cushion or a ball if you need it. If you are happy flat on your mat, come down flat on your mat. Bring both knees in and just draw a circle with your pelvis. So nice slow circle of the pelvis. And then place both feet on the floor. Put your feet and knees together. Arms out to the side, palms up. Open knee hip roll. Drop your knees to the right. Ankles touching, so left foot leaves the floor. Turn your head to the left. Inhale in the stretch. Exhale, draw down on the abdominals and come back. Inhale on rotation. And exhale, come on back up. We're going for 2 more. Inhale to drop. Turning the head. Exhaling, coming up. And last one. Inhaling to drop. Exhaling to come up. Brilliant. Okay, you can either do single knee pull into the chest with 1 foot on the floor. You can bring both knees up, pulling on one knee as the other leg stretches out straight, or toe taps to the floor. So when you're ready, alternating the legs, imprinting the spine, option to lift the head and shoulders up and load the upper abdominals. And then you can come into rotation if that feels okay. So I'm taking my opposite shoulder towards my bent knee. You can let go of your legs if you feel confident to do that, and you can take your elbow to knee. Guys, alternatively, you can just support your head and tap your toes. That will still get you a really good connection through your abdominals. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax, knees come in, feet come down. Full body stretch if you can, slide your legs away and take your arms over your head. Any discomfort, you can bend the legs or bend the arms. Take some breaths. So try to send the breath into the diaphragm. One more breath there. Bring your arms over and bend your knees, please. Feet flat on the floor. Can we have our feet shoulder width apart? We're going to do open knee hip rolls. If you think that might hurt your hips or your back, pop something between your knees. Arms out to the side. Rolling over to the right, the left knee rotates internally. Come back to center. Go the other way. Guys, not all hips like that internal rotation, so you may need to put something between your knees or work with your knees together to support you. If there are no issues, get that big stretch through the hip flexor. Finishing with one to the left side. And then coming back to center and picking up your dumbbells for tricep. So weights are into the chest, spine is in neutral. Pushing the weights up, knuckles on the outside, pinning my shoulders down. I'm going to bend my right elbow, take my dumbbell to my ear and push up. I'm going to repeat this on the left side. Good. Breathing in to drop, breathing out to push up. If all of that feels okay, you could try it with your legs in tabletop and your spine imprinted. Some of you might be able to do a double tricep press. You can do a single toe tap to the floor or a single knee lift from the floor. You can do a single leg stretch away. So unlike before where we were pulling the knee into the chest, this time we only want the knee over the hip. So we add load and resistance into our lower abdominals. Good. Keeping it moving slowly. Let's have 2 more. And last one. Everything comes down. We get rid of our weights. Good. Guys, with your hands down by the side of your body, can you bring your heels close to your bum and just give me some short range pelvic tilts? I want your rib cage to stay down, so you might want to put your hands on your rib cage to check. Some of you might be comfortable doing this with the soles of your feet together. So you can go there if you like. Drawing up on the pelvic floor, squeezing the glutes and tilting. And then relaxing on the way down. Breathing out to scoop and roll. Breathing in to release. One more time. And relax. Guys, if your knees are out, draw down on your abdominals, bring your knees back together. We're going to work on loading the waist with rotation. So we're going to put the hog between the knees or the feet. Guys, if you need to do this with your feet on the floor, I'd recommend that you bring your feet so that you're on your tiptoes, so your heels are off the floor. So if your feet are on the floor and you're doing this, as you roll to the left, the right foot leaves the floor and vice versa, so that you're not sort of twisting through the pelvis or the back. The rest of you can lift your legs to tabletop to start or toes to the ceiling. Hands on the rib cage. I'm just dropping 45 degrees to the right and 45 degrees to the left. Whether you are doing this with toes on the floor, legs in tabletop or toes to the ceiling, I only want you to go 45 degrees. This is about rotating through the lower half of the body, keeping as much of the rib cage on the mat as you can. Option to take the fingertips to the ceiling and sway the arms the opposite way. Breathing in to drop and out to lift. Breathing in to drop and out to lift. Can we keep that moving, please? Super. Keep it nice and slow, under control. Really feel those oblique muscles rotating in the waist and those vertebrae in the lower back rotating smoothly and safely, no pain. Can we finish to the left and center with the legs? And then come on down, get rid of your hug. If it feels okay to stretch to the four corners of the room, please go there. Open your fingers and stretch. Open your palms. Pull your toes back and push your heel away. Take some breaths there. Good, relax. Bring your arms over and draw your legs in one at a time. Guys, either hip roll or knee hug or pelvic tilt, whatever feels good there. Just get some movement into your back. And then we are coming over onto all fours, please. So coming over onto all fours, we are going to work in rotation. So we don't want any equipment for this. We want to set ourselves up on all fours. I'm going to come this way because I want to start with my left leg out to the back. Left leg out to the back, toes under, and then just watch that this hip hasn't sunk back. You want the hip over the knee. I've got body weight in my left arm, my left elbow isn't locked, it's soft. Right hand here at the side of the head. I'm going to lift my elbow, then I'm going to rotate and extend through my upper back, look up. I'm going to come down to neutral spine and drop my elbow. That's all I want to start. Just that sensation of rotating through the neck and the upper back. I'm drawing my scapula, my shoulder blade towards my spine as my elbow goes high. I'm going to do one more here of those. And then those of you that want to come into thread needle can. I'm going to reach up, eyes follow, hand breathe in. Come on down, thread needle through the hole. Drop my ear to the mat if I can. And repeat. Now we've got flexibility on the right, but we've got strength happening on the left with the one arm press up. You might not be able to get low. It might be too much stress on the shoulder joint. So we've got two things happening. We need to have the flexibility in the spine for a big rotation, but we also need to have the strength in the shoulders. So if you've not got both, don't go so low. Otherwise you're going to irritate the shoulder and the back. Just one more on that side, please. And once you've finished, have a stretch. If you need one, set it up on the other side. So I've got my right leg out to the back now with the toes under. Make sure this hip hasn't tracked back. Move the weight forward, fingers to temples to start. Chest opener. Upper back extension. Turn the head. Keep the supporting elbow soft as you lower into neutral. Inhaling to open. Exhaling to come down. Inhaling to open. Exhaling to come down. You can stay with that if you're finding that effective. Otherwise, if you want to go bigger, open the chest, thread needle, bigger rotation, more strength work into the right arm. Keep that moving, please. Eyes following hands. Stabilize your pelvis. So not so far that it irritates the back or the shoulder, but far enough to feel challenged. Probably got a little balance challenge going on there as well. And so let's just have one more on that side. And then when you've finished, you can cat stretch, shell stretch, child's pose, maybe release the wrists and the shoulders, and just take some breaths there. Let's stretch the shoulders, arms in front. Walk your hands to the right corner, creep the fingers forward, and then pull the hips back and down if you can comfortably. If you need to keep your hips lifted, that's fine, as long as you've got a stretch. Walking through center and over to the left corner. Breathing into the stretch. Come through center, support your body weight, uncurl your spine, and come down onto your bottom, please. Good. Okay, feet wide, come forward, and just stretch the back there. Uncurl. Guys, we're going to do full roll down. So if you know that you need your band around your feet, going with me, invisible band again. For roll down, take it around your feet, dig your heels in, get a cushion behind you if you need one. Go from being up on the bum bone, scooping under with the tailbone. You can go halfway down and back up, or you can go all the way down with bent knees. If you can roll up smoothly with bent knees, then you know that you can work with straight legs. Good, so trying it with straight legs if we can. Slow it is better. Tummy is pulled in. Nice segmental control as we work, no momentum. And if you're only going halfway down, that's fine. After a few, maybe just try going down a couple more vertebrae. Those of you that can work with the band or a dumbbell in your hands, you can give that a go. Guys, you can add forward flexion if it feels good. And you can hold halfway down, and you can add rotation if that feels good. So we're going to have a couple more of these if we can. If it's time for you to stop and rest, that's fine. So just make the one you're doing now your last one. Finish in the seated position and then either come to slump stretch or cross leg, forward fold, and just relax there, please. Uncurling the spine. Take your legs either out in front or leave them where they are, coming into chest stretch. It doesn't matter too much where the legs are. Transferring the weight back, squeezing the shoulder blades together, opening the chest, poking the chin up if you can. Take a breath in here. And a breath out. Really lengthen the neck and drop the shoulders. Inhale. And exhale. Transfer the weight forwards and bring the legs together. Come on down onto your back. We are going to work on pelvic stability next. I'm going to put a chi ball, a hug or a cushion under our bum, but let's lie down first and just get the spine into alignment on the mat. So bringing your feet down and popping your ball, your hog or your cushion underneath your pelvis. The ball is the most challenging. So check with your fingertips that your hips are level from right to left. Get your feet hip distance apart. On the out breath, you can either do a single knee lift and come back down, or you can start in tabletop, knees over hips, and you can do a single toe tap on your out breath or a single leg stretch away. So choose one of those three patterns for the legs. If you're able to work either with one finger of each hand on the floor, elbows off the floor, please go there. If you can take your hands off the floor, make sure you've pinned your shoulders down. And if you can scissor opposite arm to leg, then go there. Good. Well done. Keep moving, please. Breathing out to stretch and in to come back. Good. Ten, 9, 8, stay at your own pace there. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Everything comes down. Stretch across your ball, your cushion or your hug, whatever's under there, and just take some breaths. If you're not comfortable in that position, just go to a position you feel comfortable in. Bring your arms over. Draw your legs in one at a time. Lift your bottom up, take whatever's under there away. And then hip roll or knee hug. Get some movement into your lower back. Finishing with shoulder bridge. So if you want to work with your feet on the smooth side of the hug or a block, you can do. If you need a wider or more stable position, please work with your feet on the floor. Hands are down. Guys, go back to the pelvic tilt we did earlier on, from the waist downwards. So the pelvic tilt is the most important part of the shoulder bridge. So if that's the only bit you want to do, that's all good. It's hitting where we need it. The rest of you, pelvic tilt, imprint, tuck and lift, guide your hip bones to the ceiling, come up onto the shoulders, and now think about where your distribution of weight is. Has it rolled to your little toe? Have you still got a bit of weight in your big toe? Roll your spine down slowly. So keeping a little bit of weight into the big toe will take the pressure off the kneecaps on the outside. Rolling up again. Can add an arm float either to the ceiling or overhead. Guys, once you're at the top, you can knee squeeze. You can pulse the pelvis or you can rock the hog. You can do all three if you're coordinated. So maximum of 8 of those. So let's presume that's 8 and slowly start to lower back down. Couple of things to think about. Watch your feet. Your block or your hog are not sliding away. You still want your heels under your knees unless that causes pain. Add the arm float if you want a bigger extension, and hold at the top for strength if that feels okay. Good. So we're going to do one more round, and I'm going to find something I can use to stretch. Just found a little teeny tiny band in a packet. Guys, when you've finished your last one, get rid of your equipment and just stretch any way you like. Roll, hug, full body stretch. You can put something back under your head now. So coming back to center when you're ready, taking hold of your band. Take it around the sole of your right foot. Now you want your elbows on the floor. I've only got a little band, so I don't think I can get my elbows on the floor. I'll have a fake one on this side. So band is currently in 2 hands. This leg can be soft. It can be straight if you're more flexible. You can flex and point that right